What if the greatest things in life always start small, so small that they're almost invisible? Have you ever felt like your dreams, your efforts, or even your very self are just a tiny speck in a vast, overwhelming world? Like no matter how hard you try, you're just too small to matter, too weak to grow? It's easy to believe that strength and success belong only to those who are already tall, already seen, already recognized. But here's a truth that can change everything. Every towering tree was once a seed no bigger than the doubt in your mind. Every giant you admire, every success story you've heard began in silence and darkness, invisible to the world. And so can you. Imagine for a moment that seed. It sits buried beneath the soil, unnoticed and fragile. It carries everything it will ever need, yet it looks powerless, insignificant. But inside that tiny shell lies raw, unstoppable potential. It holds the blueprint for growth, strength, and life. Just like that seed, you carry within you the power to become so much more than you are today. The difference between a seed and a tree is not magic, it's a choice. The choice to keep going when the world cannot see you. The choice to hold on when hope feels distant. The choice to trust a process you cannot yet understand. This truth matters because you are not alone in feeling small or overwhelmed. We all start somewhere. The strongest, most inspiring lives didn't begin with glory or ease. They started with a quiet refusal to give up, a refusal to accept that smallness meant weakness or failure. You might be in a season where your progress feels invisible, where the soil feels hard and the darkness seems endless. But what if that is exactly where your power is being born? What if every moment of struggle is the very moment that prepares you to rise? By staying with this idea, by recognizing the seed within, you tap into a deep well of resilience. You learn that your current struggles are not signs of defeat, but the early stages of transformation. When you accept that growth happens in silence and in the shadows, you stop chasing immediate success and start nurturing long-term strength. You begin to see yourself as someone who can endure, who can evolve, who can become more than circumstances suggest. If you hold on to this thought, if you keep it close, you will discover a new kind of courage. The courage to believe in yourself when no one else does. The courage to plant yourself firmly, even in the toughest conditions. The courage to know that your small beginnings do not define your future, but prepare you for it. This is why every second of your effort matters, why your quiet persistence is building something monumental, even if you can't see it yet. So, as you listen now, remember, you carry the seed of greatness within you. You don't have to be big yet. You only have to refuse to give up. Keep watching, keep listening, because the journey from seed to tree is the journey of every great life, including yours. The transformation you seek is possible, and it starts with the smallest, bravest step forward. Beneath the surface where the seed lies, there is only darkness, nothing but silence and weight pressing down from above. That darkness is not empty. It is heavy with uncertainty, cold with isolation, and thick with fear. It is the place where doubt whispers relentlessly, telling the seed it will never grow. It will never see the sun. It will never become what it was meant to be. That darkness mirrors the moments in your life when hope feels distant, when the future is unclear, and when you question your own worth. It is the quiet battle you face in your mind and heart when no one else is watching. And yet, this darkness is not your enemy. It is the crucible of your transformation. In that heavy silence, a seed's true strength begins to form. It is here, in the absence of light, that the seed decides to push upward, to break through the weight that tries to hold it down. The struggle beneath the soil is invisible but fierce. It is an act of pure courage, born out of necessity, fueled by a relentless will to survive. You are no different. Your moments of struggle, your darkest hours, are the very place where your resilience is being forged. When you feel crushed by life's pressures, remember this. Growth happens in those unseen battles. Your strength is built not in comfort, but in discomfort, not in ease, but in the challenge. The mind naturally fears the unknown and clings to safety. It wants to retreat into what feels familiar, even when that familiarity is holding you back. But like the seed, you must resist that instinct. You must trust the process unfolding beneath your surface, even if you cannot see it yet. The weight on you now is shaping your foundation, deepening your roots, and preparing you to rise stronger than ever before. This is the paradox of growth. It often feels like a setback, but it is actually a setup for something greater. You might feel invisible, overlooked, or undervalued, but remember that the most profound transformation always happens away from the spotlight. The seed's struggle beneath the soil is hidden, but it is never wasted. It is essential. Your persistence in the shadows, your commitment to keep moving forward despite fear and uncertainty, is the invisible work that will someday become undeniable success. The world will see your strength when you finally break through, but it is your unseen endurance now that makes that breakthrough possible. This truth frees you from the pressure to prove yourself immediately. It gives you permission to grow quietly, to heal, to learn, and to become without rushing. Growth is not a race or a show. It is a patient, powerful journey beneath the surface. Every hardship you face is a signal that you are still alive, still fighting, still becoming. The darkness you endure today is the sacred space where your roots dig deep enough to hold you steady through any storm. You are more capable than you realize. Your capacity to withstand struggle, to keep reaching upward, is the very essence of courage. So when fear threatens to stop you, when doubt presses in, remember the seed beneath the soil, refusing to give up despite everything. That same spirit lives inside you now, urging you to push forward, to trust the journey, and to believe that you are growing stronger with every passing moment. You are not lost in the dark. You are growing toward the light. The battle beneath the surface is quiet, but it is relentless. It demands a kind of strength few see and fewer understand. Growth isn't a single event. It is a process of small, persistent actions that build upon one another, layer by layer, moment by moment. When the seed breaks through the soil, it does not instantly become the tree it was meant to be. Instead, it begins a slow, steady climb toward the sky, reaching for the sun, stretching its fragile stem with every ounce of effort it can muster. This climb is a reminder that true growth demands patience and unwavering determination. Your journey is much the same. You might be in the early stages, pushing upward against resistance you cannot yet fully overcome. You may feel exposed, vulnerable, and uncertain about how far you can go, but the willingness to keep reaching, even when progress feels invisible, is the very definition of courage. It takes courage to be patient. It takes courage to believe in yourself when immediate results don't appear. This kind of courage is quiet but powerful, and it lays the foundation for lasting change. Every time you choose to take another step forward, despite fear or doubt, you reinforce your commitment to your growth. You send a message to your mind and body that you are worthy of success, that your dreams are valid, and that your potential is limitless. These moments of quiet persistence build momentum. Momentum that will carry you through the hardest times and keep you moving when motivation falters. Because momentum is more than just physical movement, it is a mindset. It is a force that grows stronger each time you refuse to give up. It's important to remember that growth does not happen in a straight line. There will be days when you feel like you've taken 2 steps backward, moments when the weight of your struggles feels heavier than ever. Those moments are not failures, they are part of the process. Like the seed's roots twisting and turning beneath the soil, your path will curve and bend, adapting to the obstacles in your way. Every setback, every pause, every challenge is an opportunity to grow deeper, stronger, and more resilient. When frustration creeps in, when doubt threatens to drown your hope, remind yourself that the seed's journey is not about perfection. It is about persistence. It is about the refusal to quit, no matter how difficult the conditions become. The seed does not give up because it knows on some deep instinctual level that it is meant to rise. You must hold on to that same truth. Your current struggle is not a sign that you are failing. It is a sign that you are becoming. Becoming the person who can stand tall, who can weather storms, who can offer shade and shelter to others. There is a quiet power in this slow, steady climb toward your goals. It is a power that builds confidence from within, a power that cannot be taken away by circumstance or opinion. It is the power of persistence fueled by belief in yourself and your future. You may not see it yet, but every small effort, every moment of faith is planting the roots of a future so strong it will shake the ground beneath you. You are growing, you are rising, you are becoming unstoppable. Hold on to that truth, because it will carry you through every shadow and into the light you are always meant to reach. As you continue to reach upward, it's crucial to understand the world around you shapes how you grow, but it does not determine your destiny. Just like a seed depends on the soil, sunlight, and water to flourish, you are influenced by your environment, your people, your circumstances, your mindset. Yet, no matter how much the environment matters, the true power lies within you. The seed's roots must dig deep and hold firm regardless of whether the soil is rich or rocky. You have the same ability to anchor yourself, to find nourishment even in difficult conditions. Your environment will challenge you, and at times it may even feel like it's working against you. But the strength to rise comes from choosing how you respond. You are not a passive recipient of your surroundings. You are the active force that decides how far you will grow. This understanding releases you from feeling trapped by your current situation. You are not defined by the soil you find yourself in. You are defined by the choice to push down roots deep enough to thrive no matter what. Every day, you have the power to seek out the things that nourish you, positive thoughts, healthy habits, supportive connections, and to protect yourself from what drains your energy. The seed's growth is dependent on finding the right balance of elements, and so is yours. Your growth requires intentionality, a willingness to cultivate conditions that allow you to stretch, to expand, and to heal. This means being mindful of what you allow into your life, guarding your mind against negativity, and nurturing your spirit with hope and courage. Your roots grow stronger when you are intentional about your environment, but your true power lies in your ability to adapt. The seed doesn't control the weather or the soil, yet it survives through resilience and flexibility. You must develop that same adaptability. Life will not always be kind or predictable, but your capacity to bend without breaking will determine your survival and success. When storms come, when drought threatens, when the world around you seems harsh and unforgiving, you have a choice to wither or to find a way to thrive. Your strength is measured not by what happens to you, but by how you respond. You can let the conditions defeat you, or you can rise above them by holding on to your inner resolve. This balance between environment and personal power is where transformation happens. It is where the seed becomes more than just a possibility. It becomes a force of nature. You do not have to wait for perfect conditions to grow. You do not have to wait for everything to align before you start moving. Growth begins with the decision to trust yourself, to take ownership of your journey, and to keep showing up even when the world is uncertain. Your roots will deepen. Your stem will strengthen, and your leaves will reach higher when you commit to this truth. You will discover reserves of strength you never knew you had because you chose to be intentional, resilient, and adaptive. Your environment can challenge you, but it can never define you. You have the power to create the space within yourself where growth happens, where hope takes root and courage blossoms. When you embrace this power, you become unstoppable. You become a living testament to the idea that no matter where you start, no matter the odds, you can rise and become everything you were meant to be. The seed did not wait for perfect soil. It grew through the struggle and found the light. You can do the same. No matter how strong the roots grow or how well you adapt, storms will come. The winds of challenge will rage, and the weight of adversity will test everything you've built inside.
This is inevitable.
Every tree that stands tall has faced storms fierce enough to break it, yet it remains standing, not because the storm was gentle, but because its roots held firm. The storms in your life are not signs that you should give up. They are proof that you are growing. They are opportunities to prove your resilience, to deepen your strength, and to refine your character. When life pushes you to your limits, it is actually pushing you toward your true potential. Storms do not discriminate. They strike the young and the old, the strong and the fragile alike. They come in many forms: failure, loss, rejection, pain, fear. Yet, every storm carries within it the seed of transformation. The force of the storm may bend you, but it cannot break you unless you allow it. What separates those who survive and thrive from those who falter is the depth of their roots, their commitment to keep holding on even when everything feels like it's falling apart. Your roots are your values, your beliefs, your purpose, and your inner strength. When these are deeply planted, no storm can uproot you. There will be moments when you feel battered and bruised, when it seems easier to surrender. But this is exactly when you must remind yourself of what you are becoming. The discomfort you experience is the language of growth. It is your body and mind signaling that change is happening, that you are moving from one stage of life to the next. Pain and struggle are not enemies, they are catalysts. They break down old patterns, old fears, and old limitations so that new strength can emerge. Every challenge you face, every storm you endure, is building a foundation beneath the surface that will hold you steady in the future. The secret is not to avoid storms, but to learn how to stand strong through them. This requires a mindset that embraces difficulty as a necessary part of growth. It requires courage to face fear head-on and determination to keep going when the path is unclear. The strongest trees are not those that grew in perfect conditions. They are the ones that bent but did not break, the ones that used every gust of wind to root themselves more deeply into the earth. You are that tree. You are stronger than you think, more resilient than you realize, and capable of weathering storms that seem impossible now. Storms test more than your strength. They test your belief in yourself. When you refuse to give up despite the pain, despite the setbacks, you prove to yourself that you are unstoppable. You prove that no external force has the power to define your worth or your future. This belief becomes a shield that protects you and a sword that drives you forward. It is the force that turns storms into stepping stones and challenges into triumphs. You are not here to simply survive storms. You are here to rise through them, to become a living testament to the power of refusal, persistence, and courage. Your roots are growing deeper with every storm you face. Hold on. Keep rising. You will become a force of nature. Growth demands more than just enduring storms. It requires trust. Trust in yourself, in the process, and in the unseen future that waits beyond today's struggle. Trust is what bridges the gap between where you are now and where you're meant to be. Without trust, doubt takes root and whispers lies that keep you stuck. It convinces you that your effort is wasted, that the struggle is meaningless, that you are destined to remain small. But trust, real trust, breaks through those lies. It is the quiet conviction that what you are doing right now matters deeply, even when results are not yet visible. Trust fuels your courage to keep reaching upward, even when the path is uncertain. This trust is not born from certainty or guarantees. It is born from a decision, a commitment to believe in yourself and the journey despite fear and doubt. It is a choice to hold on to hope, to invest your energy in what you want to become, rather than what your fears say you are. Trust is a muscle you build with each small step you take in the right direction, especially when that step feels impossible. It grows stronger every time you choose to push forward instead of turning back. When you cultivate this trust, you become unstoppable because you are no longer dependent on external validation or immediate success. Your power comes from within. When trust guides your growth, you begin to understand the rhythm of transformation. Change is rarely fast or dramatic. It is slow, steady, and often invisible at first. Like a seed that germinates deep beneath the soil, your progress is happening out of sight. You may feel stuck, as if nothing is moving, but inside you, something vital is shifting. Your beliefs are reshaping. Your mindset is evolving. Your resilience is strengthening. This unseen growth is the foundation for the visible changes to come. Trusting this process means accepting that discomfort and uncertainty are part of growth, not signs that you have failed. This mindset frees you from the pressure to prove yourself right now. It allows you to embrace patience without losing motivation. Patience fueled by trust is not passive waiting. It is active faith. It means you keep working, keep learning, and keep growing, knowing that your efforts are building something lasting. It means you stop comparing your progress to others and focus instead on your own unique path. You stop chasing quick wins and start nurturing deep, meaningful growth that will sustain you for a lifetime. Trust also connects you to your deeper purpose. When you trust the journey, you align your actions with the core reasons why you want to grow and change. You remember what matters most to you, your dreams, your values, your vision for your life. This alignment creates a powerful internal compass that guides you through challenges and distractions. It reminds you that the struggle you endure today is the price of the freedom and fulfillment you seek tomorrow. Trust is the root that feeds your courage and resilience. It is the unseen force that turns effort into transformation. When you embrace trust, you become like the seed that refuses to give up, not because it can see the full future, but because it believes in the promise of what it can become. This trust will carry you through every hardship, every doubt, and every moment of fear. It will hold you steady as you rise. You are growing, you are becoming, you are unstoppable. To truly grow, you must learn to embrace discomfort. Growth never happens in comfort zones. It is forged in the fire of challenge, shaped by the resistance that pushes back against your every step forward. Discomfort is not a signal to stop. It is a sign that you are breaking through limitations and expanding your capacity. Every moment you feel uneasy, uncertain, or stretched is proof that you are moving towards something greater. Your discomfort is the price of progress, the toll you pay for transformation. It can either be your greatest enemy or your most powerful ally. It depends entirely on how you choose to see it. When discomfort arises, your mind instinctively wants to escape it. It craves safety, certainty, and ease. But these instincts, while natural, will keep you trapped in smallness if you listen to them too closely. True courage is the ability to stay present with discomfort and keep moving forward anyway. This kind of courage is not loud or grandiose. It is quiet and persistent. It is the steady heartbeat beneath your progress, the whisper that says, keep going. When you lean into discomfort instead of avoiding it, you send a message to your brain that growth is worth the struggle. This rewires your mindset. strengthening your ability to face challenges head-on without fear or hesitation. Embracing discomfort also builds resilience. Resilience is the muscle that allows you to bounce back after setbacks, to recover faster from failure, and to keep going when everything inside you wants to quit. It is built through repeated exposure to adversity, through learning to tolerate discomfort without losing hope or drive. The more you practice staying with discomfort, the stronger your resilience becomes. You begin to see obstacles not as roadblocks, but as stepping stones. You start to believe in your ability to handle whatever comes your way. This belief creates a powerful cycle. The more resilient you become, the more confident you feel, and the more confidently you move forward, the easier it is to endure discomfort. Discomfort is also a teacher. It reveals where you need to grow, where your beliefs limit you, and where your fears hold you back. When you resist discomfort, you miss the valuable lessons it offers. When you embrace it, you open yourself to deeper self-awareness and transformation. You begin to understand your strengths and weaknesses more clearly. You learn what matters most to you and what you are willing to fight for. Discomfort becomes a signal that you are alive, engaged, and pushing boundaries. It is the language of growth speaking directly to your soul. If you want to rise, you must stop running from discomfort and start leaning into it. Let it be the fuel that powers your journey instead of the fire that burns you out. When you accept discomfort as a natural and necessary part of growth, you take away its power to stop you. You reclaim control over your mind and your path. You become the seed that pushes through the soil, not despite the pressure, but because of it. You grow stronger in every struggle, wiser in every challenge, and closer to the light you seek. This is how transformation happens. This is how greatness is born. Keep going. Keep embracing discomfort. You are unstoppable. Every step you take toward growth is a declaration of your worth. When you choose to rise despite the weight of doubt and fear, you are affirming that your life matters. This affirmation is more than words. It is a deep, unshakable belief that you deserve to thrive, to reach your fullest potential, and to live a life filled with purpose. Many struggle silently, wondering if they are enough, if their dreams are valid, if their efforts will ever bear fruit. But the truth is simple. You are enough. Your dreams are valid. Your effort is never wasted. The moment you own this truth, you unlock a wellspring of motivation that propels you beyond obstacles and setbacks. Believing in your worth rewires the way you approach challenges. Instead of seeing failure as a verdict on your value, you recognize it as part of the learning process. Instead of doubting your ability to succeed, you trust that every setback sharpens your skills and builds your resilience. This shift in mindset transforms your entire experience of growth. You stop fighting against yourself and start working with yourself. You become your own greatest ally, cheering yourself on through every struggle, forgiving yourself for every misstep, and celebrating every small victory. This inner support system is crucial because it sustains you when external encouragement fades. Your worth is also reflected in how you care for yourself. Growth requires more than mental strength. It demands nurturing your body, mind, and spirit. When you treat yourself with kindness and respect, you build a foundation that can withstand hardship. Self-care is not selfish, it is essential. It replenishes your energy, sharpens your focus, and restores your capacity to face challenges with clarity and courage. When you honor your needs and boundaries, you signal to yourself that you are deserving of love and care. This internal respect fuels your persistence and fuels your passion to keep going. Recognizing your worth also changes the way you set goals. Goals become more than checkpoints on a list. They become expressions of your values and vision for your life. When your goals are rooted in self-worth, they inspire you instead of draining you. They push you to grow, but do not demand perfection. They allow room for mistakes and learning. They remind you that growth is a journey, not a destination. This mindset reduces pressure and fear, replacing them with curiosity and excitement about what's possible. It transforms your relationship with success, turning it into a source of joy and fulfillment rather than anxiety and self-doubt. As you deepen your belief in your worth, you begin to see how connected you are to the world around you. Your growth is not just for you, it impacts those you love, your community, and even future generations. Your courage to keep growing becomes a beacon of hope for others who struggle. This sense of purpose magnifies your motivation. It makes your journey bigger than just your own dreams. It gives you a reason to rise every day, even when it's hard. Knowing that your growth matters beyond yourself gives you strength to push through any barrier. You are worthy of growth, success, and happiness. You are worthy of the struggle because on the other side of struggle is transformation. Hold on to this truth with every fiber of your being. Let it fuel your resolve and ignite your passion. You are becoming who you were always meant to be. You are enough and you are unstoppable. Your journey toward growth demands patience, a rare and powerful virtue that many underestimate. True transformation does not happen overnight. It unfolds gradually, layer by layer, often in ways you cannot immediately see or understand. The seed buried beneath the earth spends months developing roots, building strength in silence before it ever breaks through the surface. Your progress is similar. It is happening in the quiet moments when no one is watching, when you choose to keep going despite exhaustion, doubt, or fear. Patience means trusting this invisible work is real, and that it is preparing you for the breakthrough ahead. Impatience is a thief of progress. It convinces you that if you cannot see results quickly, your efforts are useless. It pushes you to quit just before the moment when growth would accelerate. This feeling of rushing, of wanting to leap forward without respecting the process, creates frustration and despair. But when you cultivate patience, you allow yourself to move at the pace your transformation requires. You honor the natural rhythms of growth rather than forcing progress that is unsustainable. Patience teaches you to value the small steps, the daily choices, the subtle shifts in mindset that add up to lasting change. This patience is not passive waiting, it is active endurance. It is the strength to persevere when immediate rewards are absent. It is the courage to keep planting seeds every day, even when the soil feels dry or barren. Patience means being present with the discomfort of uncertainty without losing hope. It is a commitment to show up for yourself consistently, knowing that every effort matters. This steady presence builds momentum that will carry you through the hardest parts of your journey. It connects you to a deeper confidence that growth is unfolding exactly as it should, even when it feels slow. Alongside patience, you must develop compassion for yourself. Transformation is challenging because it exposes your vulnerabilities and imperfections. You will stumble, make mistakes, and sometimes fall short of your own expectations. Self-compassion is the ability to treat yourself with kindness in these moments instead of harsh judgment. It is understanding that you are human and that struggle is part of the process, not a failure. When you embrace compassion, you reduce the weight of shame and self-criticism that often hold people back. You create a safe inner space where healing and growth can thrive. Compassion also fuels resilience by helping you bounce back faster from setbacks. It encourages you to learn from mistakes without letting them define you. It reminds you that every step, no matter how imperfect, is progress. When you combine patience with compassion, you build a foundation that supports sustainable growth. You stop fighting against yourself and start becoming your strongest ally. This inner alliance gives you the power to keep pushing forward, to rise after every fall, and to believe deeply in your ability to become who you are meant to be. The journey of growth is not easy, but with patience and compassion, it becomes not only possible, but fulfilling. You are learning to trust the process, honor your pace, and treat yourself with the kindness you deserve. This creates a powerful momentum that transforms struggle into strength, doubt into confidence, and persistence into triumph. You are growing, not in spite of the challenges, but because of the way you face them. You are becoming unstoppable. Keep holding on, keep trusting yourself. The breakthrough is closer than you think. Every moment you choose to stand tall and keep moving forward, you are reshaping your identity. Growth is not just about changing what you do. It is about becoming someone new, someone stronger, wiser, and more resilient. This transformation begins deep within your mind. It requires rewiring old patterns, shedding limiting beliefs, and embracing a new way of seeing yourself and your potential. The person you are becoming is not defined by past failures or fears, but by your commitment to rise beyond them. Each choice you make, especially the difficult ones, is a building block of this new identity. This process demands intentionality. You must decide who you want to be and act in alignment with that vision every day. It means setting standards for yourself that reflect your highest values, even when no one else is watching. These standards become the foundation of your new self-image. When you act with integrity toward your goals, you reinforce the belief that you are capable and deserving of success. This belief fuels motivation, making it easier to face obstacles and overcome resistance. Your actions and mindset become a powerful cycle, each feeding the other in continuous growth. Identity change also requires patience and consistency. Old habits and thoughts do not disappear overnight. They resist transformation because they feel familiar and safe. But the more you choose to act differently, the more you weaken old neural pathways and build new ones. This rewiring process is the essence of lasting change. It is why repeated effort, even small daily actions, matters more than occasional bursts of enthusiasm. Your identity shifts gradually, molded by what you consistently practice and believe about yourself. The power of identity lies in its ability to transform motivation. When your goals are tied to who you are becoming, motivation moves from being external and fleeting to internal and enduring. You no longer pursue success because of rewards or recognition, but because it aligns with your core sense of self. This internal drive is more reliable and powerful because it is rooted in purpose. It propels you through challenges and keeps you grounded when distractions arise. It makes your journey about fulfillment, not just achievement. Becoming this new version of yourself also means embracing responsibility. It means owning your choices, your progress, and your setbacks without blaming circumstances or others. Responsibility is empowering because it puts control back in your hands. You stop waiting for conditions to be perfect or for permission to move forward. Instead, you take charge of your growth and design the life you want. This ownership transforms obstacles into opportunities and setbacks into lessons. It is the mindset of those who refuse to give up, no matter what. This transformation is not easy, but it is deeply rewarding. Each step toward becoming your true self strengthens your resilience, sharpens your focus, and deepens your courage. You begin to recognize the power you hold within, the power to choose, to grow, and to rise. This power is yours every day, waiting to be claimed. By committing to your growth and your new identity, you become unstoppable. You become the seed that refuses to give up, breaking through every barrier until you stand tall and strong, a living testament to the power of transformation. Keep building, keep believing. You are becoming who you were always meant to be. The journey of growth calls for unwavering faith, not blind faith, but a deep trust in the process and in yourself. This faith is the invisible thread that holds you steady when doubts swarm and the future looks uncertain. It is the quiet confidence that no matter how hard the struggle, something greater awaits you on the other side. This belief doesn't guarantee smooth roads or immediate success. Instead, it strengthens your resolve to endure, to learn, and to rise again each time you fall. Faith becomes your anchor amid the storms of life, the force that keeps you rooted when fear and frustration threaten to pull you under. Faith in yourself starts with honoring your own inner voice. That voice, often drowned out by negativity and external pressures, knows your true potential. When you listen closely and trust it, you align with your deepest purpose and direction. This alignment fuels clarity, enabling you to make decisions that serve your growth rather than hinder it. Doubt will come, as it always does, but faith acts as a shield, allowing you to acknowledge fears without surrendering to them. It transforms uncertainty from a paralyzing force into a challenge to be met head-on with courage. Faith also empowers you to embrace patience and persistence as allies rather than burdens. When results don't appear immediately, faith reminds you that growth is an unfolding process, not a race to be won in a single day. It invites you to celebrate small victories and incremental progress, knowing they are the building blocks of lasting transformation. This perspective reduces the weight of impatience and self-criticism, replacing them with hope and self-compassion. With faith, you recognize that setbacks are not failures, but vital steps in your journey. This trust extends beyond yourself to the unseen forces shaping your path. Whether you call it the flow of life, the power of intention, or simply the natural order of growth, believing that you are supported even when the way seems unclear brings profound peace. It frees you from the need to control every detail and opens your heart to possibilities you might never have imagined. Faith invites you to surrender to the process without giving up on your dreams, a paradox that fuels resilience and creativity simultaneously. With faith, your mindset shifts from scarcity to abundance. You begin to see challenges not as threats, but as opportunities to expand, learn, and evolve. Fear loses its grip because you trust that every experience contributes to your growth, even the painful ones. This abundance mindset fills you with gratitude for where you are and excitement for where you are going. It nurtures a belief that there is always enough time, strength, and opportunity to reach your goals. Your faith becomes a powerful source of energy and courage. It moves you beyond hesitation and self-doubt into bold action. When you carry this faith inside you, you stand firm in the face of uncertainty, knowing that your persistence and belief will shape your reality. This is the essence of becoming unstoppable. Keep nurturing your faith. Let it light your way through every challenge and guide you toward the life you are destined to create. You are more powerful than you realize, and with faith, nothing can hold you back. Growth demands courage, the kind of courage that pushes you beyond comfort, beyond certainty, into the unknown. is not the absence of fear, but the choice to act despite it. Every step forward requires you to confront vulnerability and uncertainty. This is where true strength is forged. Courage transforms hesitation into momentum. It changes fear from a barrier into fuel. When you embrace courage, you refuse to be defined by doubt or past failures. You become the person who moves through adversity with determination and grace. Courage calls you to face your inner critic and silence its harsh voice. That voice often convinces you that you are not enough, that your dreams are too big, or that failure is inevitable. But when you step into courage, you challenge those lies. You recognize them as fears, not facts. You take control of your narrative instead of letting fear write your story. This shift is empowering. It moves you from reaction to intention, from paralysis to progress. Courage is the spark that lights the fire of transformation within you. With courage, you open yourself to growth opportunities that might otherwise feel too risky. You learn to welcome challenges as invitations to expand your capacity. This mindset rewires your brain to seek growth, not just comfort. It strengthens resilience because you start to see difficulties as temporary and necessary parts of your journey. The discomfort you feel is no longer a signal to stop, but a sign that you are growing. This mental shift makes you bolder, more adaptable, and ready to face whatever comes next. Courage also strengthens your ability to be authentic. Growth requires honesty with yourself about your fears, your weaknesses, and your dreams. When you act courageously, you allow yourself to be seen, flaws and all. This vulnerability creates deep self-acceptance and reduces the power of shame and doubt. It helps you connect with your true purpose because you stop hiding behind masks or pretending to be someone you are not. Your authentic self becomes your greatest source of power and motivation. Each courageous choice you make reinforces a new belief that you are capable of overcoming obstacles. This belief builds a cycle of positive momentum. Every small victory becomes proof that you can handle whatever challenges lie ahead. This growing confidence fuels even greater acts of courage. Over time, what once felt impossible becomes achievable. The fears that held you back begin to lose their grip. Courage becomes a habit, a way of life, and the foundation of your transformation. Remember, courage is not about giant leaps all the time. It is about showing up consistently, especially when it feels hard. It is in the small decisions to keep going, to speak your truth, and to trust yourself. This steady courage breaks down walls and opens doors. It shapes you into the person who refuses to give up, who grows stronger with every challenge. Hold on to this courage. Let it push you forward. You are more powerful than any fear. With courage, you are unstoppable. The power to change your life lies not in grand gestures, but in the tiny, consistent actions you take every single day. Transformation is built in the small choices, those moments when you decide to stand up after a fall, to speak your truth when silence feels safer, to keep pushing forward when giving up seems easier. These seemingly insignificant acts are the roots that anchor your growth. Each one strengthens your resolve and deepens your commitment to becoming the person you aspire to be. The difference between who you are and who you want to become is often measured by these quiet, persistent efforts. This daily dedication creates momentum that grows stronger over time. Just as a tree grows from a tiny seed through steady nourishment, your progress accumulates with every purposeful step. This momentum is invisible at first, but it's powerful. It builds resilience, sharpens focus, and reinforces belief in yourself. It is what carries you through the hardest days, when motivation fades and doubts creep in. Momentum turns perseverance into a force that pushes you past obstacles and propels you toward your goals, even when the path is unclear. Understanding this process rewires your mind to value persistence over perfection. You learn to celebrate progress, not just results. This shift eases the pressure to be flawless and reduces fear of failure. It encourages you to take action even when conditions aren't ideal, because you know that every effort counts. You realize that waiting for the perfect moment is a form of resistance that keeps you stuck. Instead, you choose to act with imperfect courage, knowing that growth is a journey of trial and error, not instant success. Consistency also deepens your connection to purpose. When you show up for yourself regularly, you send a powerful message: your dreams matter and you are worthy of pursuing them. This ongoing commitment builds self-respect and fuels motivation from within. It transforms external goals into internal drives. You become less reliant on fleeting feelings of inspiration and more anchored in a steady sense of why you do what you do. This internal fuel is what sustains you through challenges and setbacks. The daily practice of showing up reinforces a new identity, one rooted in strength, resilience, and unwavering dedication. Each time you choose growth over comfort, you tell your mind and body who you are becoming. This self-reinforcement creates neural pathways that make change easier and more natural over time. The habits you build become part of your character, shaping your thoughts, emotions, and actions. This is how lasting transformation takes root and flourishes. Remember, progress is not about giant leaps, but about consistent steps forward. It's in the commitment to keep moving, no matter how small the action. These steady efforts accumulate into a powerful force that reshapes your life. Trust in the process of persistence. Honor your daily choices. They are the seeds of your transformation, growing stronger every day. Keep taking those steps. You are becoming unstoppable through the power of consistency. Your mind is the fertile soil in which your transformation takes root. What you choose to feed, it shapes the entire landscape of your life. Every thought, every belief acts like a seed planted deep within your subconscious. If you nourish these seeds with doubt, fear, and negativity, they will grow into obstacles that block your path. But when you intentionally cultivate thoughts of hope, strength, and possibility, you create an environment where your true potential can flourish. The power to direct your mind's focus is one of the most vital tools for lasting change. Changing your inner dialogue requires awareness and discipline. Too often, we let negative thoughts run unchecked, accepting them as facts instead of recognizing them as fleeting mental patterns. But your thoughts do not have to control you. You can observe them, question their validity, and replace harmful beliefs with empowering truths. This is not about pretending or ignoring reality. It is about choosing which thoughts deserve your energy and which ones to release. This mental shift transforms fear into courage, limitation into possibility. The way you speak to yourself influences your emotions and actions more than you realize. Positive, affirming thoughts boost your confidence and resilience, making it easier to face challenges and take risks. When you believe in your ability to grow, you become more willing to try, to fail, and to keep going. This cycle of positive reinforcement creates neural pathways that support your new identity as a strong, capable person. Your brain literally rewires itself based on what you choose to focus on and repeat. Your mind also craves clarity. When your goals and values are clear, your mental energy is directed and purposeful. Without clarity, your thoughts become scattered and motivation fades. This clarity acts like a compass, guiding your decisions and helping you stay on course when distractions arise. It sharpens your focus and reduces overwhelm, making it easier to prioritize actions that align with your vision. The clearer your purpose, the stronger your mental foundation becomes. Remember, that mindset is not fixed. It is a dynamic, evolving landscape shaped by your intentions and actions. You have the power to cultivate a mindset that supports growth, courage, and resilience. This requires daily commitment, just like watering a seed to help it sprout. The effort you put into your mental habits determines the strength and quality of your growth. When you consistently choose empowering thoughts and maintain clarity of purpose, you set yourself up for unstoppable progress. Your mind is the gateway to transformation. Feed it well, protect it fiercely, and guide it with intention. This mental discipline will sustain you through hardships and fuel your journey toward becoming your highest self. The seed of greatness lies within your mind, waiting for your conscious care to awaken it fully. Nurture it daily. Your future self depends on the thoughts you choose today. Keep cultivating. You are growing stronger every moment. Your environment shapes who you become more than you may realize. The people you surround yourself with, the places you spend your time, and the information you consume all influence your mindset, emotions, and energy. Just as a seed needs rich soil to grow strong, you need a supportive environment to thrive. Toxic influences drain your motivation and cloud your vision. But when you intentionally create a space that nurtures your growth, you empower yourself to reach higher and push further than ever before. Choosing your environment means making conscious decisions about what you allow into your life. It means seeking out relationships that uplift, inspire, and challenge you to be better, not tear you down or hold you back. Your closest circle acts as a mirror, reflecting back your beliefs and behaviors. Surrounding yourself with positivity reinforces your own strength and resilience. It builds a foundation of encouragement and accountability that fuels your persistence. When others believe in your potential, it becomes easier for you to believe in yourself. Beyond people, your physical surroundings impact your mindset and energy levels. Cluttered, chaotic spaces breed distraction and stress. In contrast, environments that feel calm, organized, and intentional create clarity and focus. Taking control of your space sends a powerful message to your brain that you are serious about growth. Small changes like decluttering, adding meaningful items, or creating rituals can shift your energy and sharpen your motivation. Your environment becomes a reflection of your commitment to your own transformation. The media and information you consume also play a crucial role. Feeding your mind with negativity, fear, or constant distraction undermines your progress. Instead, choose sources that expand your awareness, deepen your understanding, and inspire action. This might mean limiting social media, news, or entertainment that triggers doubt or anxiety. Instead, seek content that encourages growth, resilience, and possibility. Your mental diet matters deeply. Just as you nourish your body with healthy food, you must nourish your mind with empowering messages. Creating a supportive environment requires courage and discipline. It means letting go of habits, relationships, or routines that no longer serve you, even when they feel familiar or comfortable. It demands the strength to set boundaries and protect your energy fiercely. But this act of self-care is vital. Your environment either limits you or liberates you. The choice is yours. By designing a space that aligns with your vision, you lay the groundwork for unstoppable momentum. Remember, transformation does not happen in isolation. You are influenced by the energy around you. Choose environments that reflect who you want to become and fuel your journey forward. This conscious curation of your surroundings is a powerful step toward growth. It reinforces your mindset, boosts your courage, and enhances your daily actions. Like the seed that pushes through the soil toward the light, you too can rise when nurtured by the right conditions. Claim your environment as a source of strength. Let it be the fertile ground for your dreams to take root and flourish. Action is the bridge between where you are now and where you want to be. Your dreams, intentions, and plans hold power only when they are matched by decisive, consistent steps forward. Without action, even the most profound desire remains trapped in your mind, a seed that never reaches the surface. The courage to act, especially in the face of uncertainty and fear, is the force that transforms possibility into reality. Every movement you make toward your goals strengthens your belief in yourself and your ability to overcome obstacles. Taking action requires embracing discomfort. Growth does not happen within the boundaries of ease or familiarity. It demands stepping beyond what feels safe and predictable. When you choose to act despite doubt, hesitation, or fear, you rewire your brain to associate courage with progress. This rewiring builds confidence and resilience, making future challenges easier to face. Each small step taken reinforces your commitment and chips away at the walls of resistance that hold you back. The power of action lies not in perfection, but in persistence. Waiting for the perfect moment or the ideal conditions often leads to paralysis. Progress is made through imperfect efforts, repeated consistently. Every attempt, regardless of outcome, teaches you valuable lessons that shape your path forward. These lessons deepen your wisdom and prepare you for greater challenges. Failure is not a sign to stop, but a signal to adapt and continue. When you embrace action as a process of learning and growth, you transform setbacks into stepping stones. Momentum builds through consistent effort. Just like a seed needs daily care to break through the soil, your dreams require regular action to come alive. Even the smallest efforts accumulate over time, creating unstoppable energy that propels you forward. This momentum is a vital source of motivation, especially on days when inspiration wanes. The act of showing up day after day sends a powerful message to your mind and body. Growth is non-negotiable, and you are committed to your transformation. Action also clarifies your vision. It reveals what works, what doesn't, and where you need to adjust your course. This clarity sharpens your focus and deepens your understanding of your goals. It brings abstract dreams into concrete reality. As you move forward, your purpose becomes more vivid and your motivation intensifies. The feedback from action keeps you aligned with your true path, preventing stagnation and doubt. Remember, the journey of transformation is built on the foundation of doing. Thought without action is a seed buried too deep to grow. Your power lies in the willingness to move, to try, and to persist. Each step forward, no matter how small, is a declaration of your strength and your refusal to give up. This commitment to action is the force that turns potential into power, dreams into achievements. Keep moving. Your growth depends on it, and your future self is waiting to thank you.